everybody, welcome back for the Cranky Films channel. Today we're coming at you with some more Warrior Tier. This was requested. Timeline of the 40k universe by Trazyn the Infinite. I'm pretty sure I said that name wrong, but it is what it is.
Trazyn?
Maybe.
No, Trazyn.
Trazyn. Yeah, I'm
Trazyn.
The first thing I saw the chat, I was like, oh, it's Tarzan, dog.
It's Tarzan.
So yeah, no, this is been requested. This is Warrior Tier, actually a long Warrior Tier video.
I
didn't realize he made this type of length videos. We're so used to seeing like the 10 minutes to 12 minutes. Yeah. And I'm very interested how this will turn out. So this was made 9 months ago, actually. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it and see what this video is all about.
The galaxy.
Warrior Tier
presents. Narrated by Matthew J. Plum.
My life's work. My museum. Our gallery. Within these halls sits the galaxy's most comprehensive collection of artifacts in existence. I have spent my long years cataloging the entire culture of all the beings I could, from the dawn of time to the present day. Within these halls are libraries, containing the last known words of countless races
who have
been cast to the harsh, uncaring winds of time. Truth be told, there are more galleries in my museum than a mortal could wish to visit in several lifetimes. Each hall is dedicated to a great empire and their achievements, but also their faults and inevitable demise. The history of the universe is filled with such empires, their names forever carved on the steel of time. There are others who accomplished little with their gift of life, their existences being short, painful, blighted tales. The tales of history are only reserved for those who earn the right to write them.
Man, we gotta learn more about the Necrons.
I will show the halls of my library to guide you on the story of all of time.
Dude, this is sick the way he's telling the timeline.
I know.
As we start
so cool.
from the dawn of all existence.
This is a freaking movie.
I know.
Exactly. Exactly.
The history of the universe.
His videos are so good.
I know.
They're always great. Trazyn the Infinite.
Density.
Yeah.
Temperature. A singularity. Initiating the expansion.
13 billion BC is wild.
Primordial gas and cosmic dust sent into eternity to become everything we know.
Oh, okay. This is the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go that far back, like literally the beginning.
The images as well.
I know, right?
Gravity is the key to it all. Gravity birthed the stars. It connects the galaxies, guiding them in motion to their inevitable orbits. That haunting cosmic ballet played out over infinite millennia, forever churning in the restless flow of time, locked in the embrace of gravitational unity. Vast ages of time pass. Ancient evolution forms in the stars. Gravity guides worlds beyond count into existence.
I'm so
As the
locked in.
stars collapsed and more were driven into the infinite, the impossible happened.
What?
What happened?
The first true life in the universe emerged, victorious, in an arms race of evolutionary barbarism. I suppose I should introduce the Immaterium, the Sea of Souls, the Ether. It has many names. However, it is generally referred to as the Warp.
Yeah.
An alternate dimension that has existed as long as the universe itself. Made up of pure psychic energy and raw emotions, the warp is endless, unpredictable, and terribly dangerous to those who cannot harness its power.
Oh,
This song, though.
The first conscious life was the star vampires, self-aware entities that appeared in the void between nowhere and nothing. Beings
13
of
billion BC.
great
Star
power
vampires.
that consumed the energies of stars, feeding on the life force of the planets themselves. These parasites do not differ from any life in the universe. All life desires the same outcome: energy consumption and safety for their offspring. They would, with time, be known as the Catan,
Oh,
yeah.
oh my.
Okay.
the cursed reptilian Old Ones. Scraped their primal
Right.
forms onto the shores of worlds, long dead before even we Necrons evolved to stand upright. The first true sentient beings to cross the vast reaches of the galaxy. They were the first to climb the long trail of evolution and self-awareness. Their ceaseless advances placed them at the top of the pyramid in this galaxy. They traveled through the stars like dust travels on the breeze, and even built what younger races would call the Webway. Through
Oh,
the Webway,
Okay.
the Old Ones seeded life on hundreds of worlds. In their wake, they birthed countless untold species and cultures. Life was cruel to our species. I need not tell you that. Evolving upon a cursed world, falling victim to the scorching heat of our nearest star, withering our bodies and lives. Our suffering evolved our culture and history. We built our empire despite the struggle and endless pain. We were
Yeah.
worthy of the gifts the stars had shown to the others. Our leaders met with the Old Ones. We begged for the cure to death, to
Oh,
show us
no.
the
Oh.
secrets of
Oh
immortality.
no.
Here
They
it
refused
goes.
us, refused our desire for life.
Yeah.
And in their ignorance, they doomed themselves. There was no choice for us. We waged war against the tyrants. Countless generations ground to powder beneath the heel of the greedy and the vicious. Even with our unified empire, even with the might of countless worlds and millions of genius warsmiths, the strength of our dynasties was not enough to defeat the Old Ones.
Too
The
strong.
war was lost.
Yep.
The greatest defeat being that we were still cursed to weak, frail lives. The Old Ones banished us to the edges of the galaxy. They forced us into exile on our home world. It was then that the Catan came with their offer.
Ah.
The ancient beings of the cosmos had appeared. They came as gods, promising the gifts we desperately sought. We were all fools to believe them. After the agreements were signed, our people were put in chains and marched into the furnaces. As our flesh and blood was ripped from our bodies, we became the machine. We were betrayed. The Catan. Those traitorous sun-eating dogs feasted on the souls of a whole race, an entire culture. How tragic then
So cool.
that the ambassador for the Catan was named the Deceiver.
Oh
Our
my
translators
God.
misunderstood and believed its name was the Messenger.
Oh no, translator.
The God War,
Damn.
the breaking of the void, the war in heaven.
Yeah, this is
5
the book.
million years of hate and flame.
Yeah,
The
really,
Old
yeah.
Ones were driven back
I gotta
by the
read this
combined
book.
force
Yeah,
of the
it's
Catan
on our
and
list.
us, their steel slaves. Wherever we Necron tread, life fades like a
They're so
distant
cool,
spark
dude.
in a cold
I
night.
know.
The
It's
Old
tragic,
Ones,
but
those fools, they grew desperate, creating the Eldar to help them in their losing war. A race of decadent, hedonistic artists to fight steel gods. Fools. They created the fierce Krog, a species that thrives on war and the desire for war. Little did they know of the plague they were creating.
Is that the orcs?
And
The
on a
original
small
orcs?
habitable
Looks
world,
like.
it was said that they also seeded baseline primate life. As the last defense strongholds are on the verge of collapse, after we have flayed the minds and spirits of countless old ones, they formed their last doomed battle line. As the old ones were pushed into oblivion, Zarek, the Silent King, led our armies against our slave masters. We turned on the Catan.
Yeah.
The Catan were weakened by the war against the Old Ones and the threats of the Aeldari and Krork armies. The Catan were shattered, defeated and placed in our stasis chambers, made to watch from containment as the race they sought to enslave freed themselves. The mighty Catan were not much more than prisoners, forced to watch us live on despite their evil desire.
Damn.
Weakened
Serves them
from
right.
the wars, we face the new threats of the multiple upstart races. The Aeldari, the Krork, and so many more.
Roar.
The Silent King decided our fate. We were to wait in silence as our armies rebuilt. We need not fear time like our puny carbon-based enemies. It is
We'll learn
during
about
this
the Krork
time
more.
the Aeldari developed their technology at an exponential rate, becoming the dominant force in the universe. It seemed they had advanced their species to immortality. But how long could they sustain their own desires? I admit, I am partial to the Aeldari. Their great works are unrivaled. Their ability to will a world into being is haunting. We must speak about the
Yo, it's
so-called
us.
human element,
Right.
as their
we are.
empires take up many halls of my museum. Though sometimes unhinged and unpredictable, they are interesting and present true promise for us. We will cover much of their history, difficult as it is with the conflicting dates set by the Imperium itself. But no matter, we will account their records from our own sources. Imperial records will be our guide, or should I say, those Imperial records which I have procured will be our guide. I always found them to be of great amusement. They had begun on a small Class 54415 planet, on the edge of the galactic arm of the Milky Way. They had first crawled from the primordial ooze as
This is
advanced
so
water-based
beautiful,
life.
All the art.
To think that glorified fish now wrap the galaxy in an iron fist is enough to burn my central processors to solder. However, as we slept, these fish people became baseline primates, Class 4 beings. For much of their early existence, the primitives accomplished little. It was their use of tools that separated them from the other animals of creation. From the first moment a cave-dwelling savage struck a porcine variant with a rock, it was all over. Slowly, they invented pottery and the bringer of security, that is fire.
Oh,
Yeah, the life support
It was
right
then
there.
that the warp entities had emerged from the void, the first knowledge of the immaterium. The damage from our wars against gods had ripped wounds in the universe. From these wounds came the apparent gods, extremely powerful creatures that bask in the souls of the dead, growing ever in power. The mortals referred to the beings as the Chaos Gods.
Oh, so
They were
they're-
named Khorne, Zinch, and Nurgle. What
I
are
thought
three-
they.
I gotta pause it
Where-
right here, yeah.
I thought they were there from the very beginning.
Same.
Okay, that's I was gonna bring up that earlier, but I just didn't. I thought they. Okay, I just.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. We watched 13 minutes of it. There's a lot we gotta talk about right here.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, so cool. Go ahead, Zeus. Go ahead.
well, for the first thing, we now know that the old ones were the original OGs.
Yeah.
Well.
And
Yeah.
then they went to war with the Catan and the
Necrons.
Necrons. But then all their destruction, the aftermath, created the Chaos Gods.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
they were born from the how do you call it, the
Souls.
scars of war.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's a lot. It's so cool.
And we're not
It's so
even
interesting.
at the Imperium.
I know, right?
It's-
We're just primates right now. We're
just-
barely evolving. We're barely on the
Sure, the
evolve.
Emperor is coming soon.
He is gonna be coming soon. I love that how it just he tells the story of like from the very beginning, like the Big Bang, and how the warp
Yeah.
was made before like any life was made. Was created in the universe.
I think
Yeah.
the moment the universe was made was the moment that whole place was made. The void.
What? Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah. The
Of
warp
course,
was made
bud.
when everything was created.
Uh,
I love the
see-
fact that the Catan and the old ones were also came from evolution of life, and they became
Yeah.
like these crazy beings, like gods
Uh-huh,
at that point.
uh-huh.
But it's so cool that like me and you, Brandon, thought that the Chaos Gods was
Yeah.
there on birth, but it wasn't.
I always tied the Chaos Gods to the warp,
Yeah,
right? I always thought, like, in my head, they created the warp. I thought okay, obviously, I thought Big Bang, Chaos Gods there, they created the warp, that's
Yeah.
what I was, because, that's really where they, realm,
yes.
pretty much.
So now it truly makes sense now, because that means a new Chaos God should be made anytime, like new how Sinesh was made, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how.
all that emotion and negative energy of life went in there and created it. So obviously Korn, Nurgle, and I can't forget the other one name. Brett, you know his name.
Tzeentch.
And Tzeentch were all created because of this crazy war against the old ones and the Satan with the Necrons in it.
Yeah.
Hell,
That is
dude.
very
It's so,
that's very cool to know.
it's awesome.
It's a lot.
So I wonder if there's going to be any more new Chaos Gods being formed in the future.
I guess it's a possibility.
It is definitely a possibility. If something crazy happens, we might get like a 5th Chaos God.
Maybe, but
Wonder
we
what it
haven't
would be.
really, we haven't really learned much after, post Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We haven't learned much. When we first got into it months ago, the Emperor was our first video. The Emperor was already sitting
Yeah, he was already on
on
the chair.
he was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we learned about the factions. We don't know much. We don't actually. I wonder if that spot is present day, because if that's the case, then there's no more Chaos Gods, unless
Yeah.
there is.
I mean,
I'm sure there's a lot more.
there's still a lot that we gotta learn, especially for like those the Luton 09 videos. We have like 3-4 more that we have to
Yeah.
watch. So I don't think we're
Right,
caught
oh
up
my
to
gosh.
current.
We do.
Yeah, we have a
gotta
lot.
Get those out. We
Yeah.
gotta get those out.
Yeah, so
I'm
we're not-
excited for those too.
Yeah, same. So we're not current. We have a lot of books we gotta read because
I'm definitely gonna read
Oh,
those
yeah.
still. We're just trying to figure out the ends of that. I don't know how we are going to get out, because I'm gonna read the books. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna have those in a video format or on a stream. We don't know yet. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get back into the video. 30 minutes 26 seconds, and let's see what Korn, Nurgle, and Tzeentch has to do with this.
3 more pathetic void beings against the might of this galaxy. We have killed
Pathetic.
greater beings before. We may have to do so again.
Yeah, let's
It
kill
is
them.
at this point
Yeah, let's do
that the
it.
Aeldari learned the secrets of the webway and continued their dominance of the stars.
Still love Aeldari.
The imperial myth concerning
show.
the birth of their god emperor
Emperor of
is as
mankind.
follows.
8000 BC.
Seeing the inevitable fate of humanity to be consumed by the chaos gods, a group of humanist shamans banded together to stop this future. They had devised a plan to save their species
Okay,
from
we're
the
going the
thirsting
shaman route.
gods committing ritualized mass self-annihilation. As the shamans died and their souls entered the warp, the power of the souls overwhelmed the beings that inhabited that dead void. The soul of their soon-to-be emperor was birthed. and made manifest in his physical form. I must add here, this is perhaps one of my favorite twists of fate in all of history. Deep within a black stone complex, which crashed on Mars before the rise of humanity, is the Noctis Labyrinth. Within walls built 65 million years ago by us, lies the ancient Void Dragon.
Oh, that's sick.
Oral myth
that's
tells
cool.
us that it is believed that the Emperor conquered this dragon on Terra. After this defeat, it was imprisoned beneath Mars for all time. Little do they know, those red-robed clicking iron princes, that their Void Dragon is a Catan let loose by corrupted slumber codes. I wonder how they would react to the news that its real name is the Eater of Knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
The humans began their empire on Terra. Their grasp of technology is slow. They spend much of their time throwing sharpened tree pieces at each other. Terra had a multitude of cultures, each one's god more important than the other. It was during this time that the Chaos Gods had fully awakened. With the abundance of new souls, the Chaos Gods had grown stronger. One human myth is that these events in their early years manifested the gods. Khorne was born in the charnel pits of millions of dead humans. Nurgle vomited into the universe in the wake of the vast catalogue of their illnesses.
Oh, the
and Zinch, during the artistic awakening periods of each unique Terran culture.
That's cool.
How arrogant to think that the universe would notice their tiny conflicts. Humans had conquered their home.
Oh my gosh.
They had experimented with the possibilities of travel through the Immaterium, still unsure of how to harness its power for space travel. They had developed primitive spacefaring capabilities and set off to terraform their solar system. They have always been amusing creatures, thinking themselves masters of the cosmos, even back when fire was their most advanced achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very cocky.
In essence, they are simple jellyfish, a travesty of nerves that stems from an inferior brain piloting a suit of bone wrapped in decaying meat. It is their arrogance that I enjoy so much. They were never meant for the stars, yet they do all to conquer each parsec. They fight amongst themselves more than any enemy. Tranquility makes them squirm. They lived for war.
That's a big nuke.
I know.
The humans built colonies throughout their nearest worlds, a slow process due to their primitive spacecraft. They continue to do what they do best, build and breed.
Yeah.
Worlds are terraformed and colonized. Sublight travel was their archaic way of colonization. Each colony drifting farther from the home world of Terra. Overexpansion resulted in loss of communication. It was only a matter of time before this formula would collapse into bedlam and chaos. As the years drifted on, countless interstellar empires emerged, trading throughout the galaxies. Most of these supposed empires bore me. They prosper for such short spans of time.
Oh, yeah.
One does not even need to remember their futile existence. The humans furthered their grasp on nature, bending any resources they could find to their greed. Colonies stretched into the vast reaches of solar systems, overextending their empire. The myths of the Emperor continue to grow. It is said the Emperor arrived on Molech and found a portal into the Immaterium. A deal was made with the Chaos Gods for the gift of knowledge of warpcraft, allowing the Emperor to create the Primarchs.
Oh, wait, what?
Damn.
The Eldar Empire had grown into the most advanced civilization in the universe. They had achieved the apex of technology, creating their own desires from will alone. Lesser races proved no threat to their domination of the stars.
They had so much potential.
They
The
really
human
did.
gene saw an evolutionary jump. There were sudden appearances of psychers, as they call them. cursed
Right.
individuals who can draw power from the immaterium. Humans who developed the navigator gene allowed the first human navigators to make the passage
MVP,
through the
the
warp.
navigator genes.
Yeah.
The great navigator
Those guys are so
bloodlines
useful.
controlled warp travel. The humans continued to explore and colonize all that they found. Treaties were signed with dozens of xeno races. It was truly a golden age for humanity. Technology often gets the better of the primitive species that craft it. The promises of comfort and ease of existence has led to the downfall of dozens of species. It was then that man's greatest creations,
Oh.
their slaves, turned on their masters in
Yeah, that's
force.
when the AI came out.
The cybernetic
Yeah.
revolt, as it was once called, started with the Men of Iron. Anarchy ripped throughout all of humanity. The golden age of humanity ended in brutality. Who knows how many billions lost their lives, or what technology was destroyed in the
All the
process.
technology was
Yeah.
lost.
That's still.
Yeah.
Across the stars, another empire
That's
fell
still
to
so
time.
unfortunate.
The Eldar had enjoyed their moment of success. Technology
Here it is.
Yep,
was
here we
not their
go.
downfall. Their own desires tore them apart. Sheer physical impulses and depravity broke them. Their yearning for lust and pleasure cursed their kind. The
Should I do
being
it
that
again?
spawned from their depravity forever changed the
Jeez.
course of the stars. It was then that the being known as Slanesh came
There we
to
go,
be.
Slanesh.
The Eye of Terror
Dang.
that came to be from the creation of Slanesh obliterated almost all of the Eldar.
Which is crazy.
She who thirsts, as some have called Slanesh, feasted on billions of Eldari souls.
Not
Some of
my
the
boys.
Eldari foresaw the dark future and left their homeworlds behind. The craft
worlds.
worlds were all that was
Yeah.
left of them now. Vast, floating cities that are slowly fading away. As a fan of theatrical renditions of historical events,
my gosh.
I find the performances from this era to be especially entertaining.
That's such good
The
art,
humans
too.
had peaked.
Listen,
It
I
is.
just love how he's just chilling, you know? Like, he's just talking about this like as a spectator. He's like he's watching his own movie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
narrator, yeah.
Yeah, because it's so cool just to hear him talk about these past events,
Oh,
like
yeah.
because he was watching it
Yeah.
just unfold.
Right.
He witnessed it.
Also,
Oh,
we gotta
man.
talk about how the Chaos Gods were born because of the humans, like, you know, conflicts and plagues.
Oh my gosh, it makes me just like and we've watched so many videos so far, and I'm thinking that I get it. I'm like, okay, I got it. I
Yeah.
understand this because it's been a repetition, which is great. I love repetition
Yeah.
in videos, and I'm like, great. I'm starting to understand this, and then another video comes out. This video.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! It makes me think. We hardly know anything about the Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
It's a
All
lot.
I know is like the chaos that they cause. Like I didn't.
Yeah. All we know is Korn loves war.
Yeah.
Nurgle loves the plagues. So that's just pleasure and
Yeah.
I keep forgetting another guy's name.
Zinch change.
Yeah, Zeke is
Zeke.
knowledge.
Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke.
Zeke. Isn't
Zeke.
he change, not knowledge?
He's what is it like the
Change.
Destiny, right? Like
Yeah, like he.
something like
'Cause
that.
I
Yeah.
remember something
See?
about
We don't know much
Zinch
about
and
it.
No one
No,
talks about him.
We hardly talk about it.
if I remember correctly, in one of the videos we saw, like really early on, it was Zinch and what was the word? War God?
Oh,
Oh
Korn.
God.
Korn.
Korn
Korn.
don't like each other because Korn doesn't like change.
Change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like-
Okay. I thought you
Like
called. I
13
called.
cents.
I thought you called Zeke change for a second there.
Stupid.
Change.
He called him Zeke.
Gotta love Zeke.
Yeah. I
No,
just.
no,
you know,
like
it's-
I want to learn more about them, dude.
Yeah. It's.
I
Yeah.
need to know.
I just love how they spawn because of humanity.
Well,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
yeah, but in a way, it's not a surprise.
Why not?
It's not a surprise because We are complicated.
I mean, the
Bro,
Eldar
we're
was
cool,
the thing,
bro.
you know?
The
Eldar
Eldar
was
were
alive.
worse.
Yeah, I know.
No, bro.
I know, but like,
No,
they...
the Eldar were way worse than the humans.
Hey,
Oh,
give
I
us
know,
a
I
few
know.
billion years, we'll be right behind.
No, but to
Nah,
think,
bro.
that
learned.
3 gods came because of the humans, and only 1 came because of the Eldar.
Yeah, well,
But I'm sorry, but the humans never did anything as just like it didn't do as much debauchery or anything as ludicrous as the Eldar have done.
I know.
Okay, no.
Yeah, I know.
it was
It's just the situation.
It was just the amount of death
Because-
that was happening because we were just slaughtering one another for fun.
Bro,
Well,
you
at
know,
that
bro, we
point.
gotta experiment, big bro.
Yeah, but true.
We gotta do things, bro.
I feel kind of lustful. Hey, so Nash, come on in.
Wait.
Okay.
All right.
from what I understood is that the human race didn't make them, but they helped awaken them.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. We helped fed the warp with a bunch of souls and emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were basically their nursery.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Open up.
All right. Let's continue this.
Peaked in their scientific advances, the historical blueprints, or as they are more commonly known, the standard template constructs,
Oh,
became the
STCs.
database of all human
Oh,
technology.
okay. Hold on.
Okay, pause.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, going way back to when they were talking about suddenly psychers were just like that
Oh, yeah.
gene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I missed something there.
Okay.
Okay, no.
'Cause I'm sorry. It disappeared?
No. Look, so there's one line in there. There's one line saying like the Emperor Man went and stroked a deal with the Chaos Gods or something. I swear there's one line saying that, and I was supposed to say
no.
something, but then I just got lost track by the next sentence.
I remember
No,
this.
it's a lot.
I remember
What
this.
is it?
He made a deal so he gets the knowledge of warp.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole knowledge of how the warp works and how he
Okay.
could control it. But
Okay.
regarding the psychers,
And then
I
the
think-
genes got passed on, or just lucky it just was out in the universe.
It
And
was
lucky
like-
people who were born with it were born with it.
The way the
I don't
narrator said it,
understand.
it's just suddenly like started
evolution.
evolution. Like it's a rapid
Okay, there it is.
evolution right there.
Yep,
Just
there
rapid.
it is. That's the answer to it all.
Yeah.
He's right. Okay, we're good.
All right,
Yeah,
we
but
good.
also aren't the thing that I was figuring out was that the human race wasn't created as a human race, but it was a seed for the human race. Was the old ones did that, didn't they?
Yeah, the old ones was creating new species all over the
No.
uni.
But didn't they create that because they were desperate? Wasn't it towards the end that they made the seed for the human race?
Yeah, they're creating seeds to fight the Katana and the Necrons.
So isn't that why human race craves to do more? Like they could do anything and then they conquer wherever they go? Like they have that need?
Maybe, or we just want more. Cause
I
this
feel
is
like that's a
human race.
trope that everything, like humans are always trying to evolve and learn new things.
Yeah, they're trying to get
True.
somewhere where they previously. They're like, I'm gonna get there, no matter what, and they get it. You know.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with humans.
For some reason I feel like maybe the old ones have something to do with the way the humans kind of act. Like basically like if you code some program into something.
Bro, humans
and
are
it's just-
fine, bro. Okay,
We're
you're
complicated.
You're always so anti-human, bro.
I'm a
say
robot.
We just watch, okay,
Yeah.
and just accept it, right?
Yeah, we're greedy little things.
But it is what it is. We're also
greedy
progressive and like intelligent as heck.
Yeah.
And arrogant.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
the
who
beautiful
cares?
part of
Yeah.
us, right?
No, wow.
According to the narrator, that's the beautiful part.
Heck yeah, bro. We're a beautiful.
We're beautiful.
Species.
Present.
We are.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's continue.
Humanity
STCs are
was
crazy.
plagued with warp storms that appeared
They
throughout the
are.
far
Oh.
reaches of the galaxy. Warp travel was impossible, and the colonies began to erode. This is a difficult
Oh.
time for my collection. Almost all the
Oh.
important artifacts had been stolen by that damned Mechanicus. Ugh, if only I were awake during this
The
time. The humans
The
are
ugh.
easy candidates for the corruptive powers that inhabit the warp. Through the warp storms, psychic energy flowed into space. The weaker of humanity's psychers suffered from demonic possession. The human race tore itself apart.
Sad.
I know.
The Emperor of Mankind began his plans for domination. He began work on creating the gene seeds that would lead to the formation of his 20 sons,
20
or as they are
Primarchs.
more commonly referred to,
That's too much.
Primarchs.
Primarch.
Imperial
Honestly,
record
that was too
fails
much.
to state exactly how this event
That's
occurred.
just enough, bro.
It only states the Primarch embryos were scattered throughout the galaxy. All blame is laid at the feet of the Chaos Gods for this deed. But who can really say? The Emperor set out on his quest to find the missing Primarchs. My sleep was suddenly over. Myself and other High Lords awakened from our slumber. My initial excitement evaporated as the realization of how much time had passed. I had to continue my work. It was my duty to my dynasty to store the relics of our past. Even that miserable little pile of secrets Urakin was awakened. However,
Oh,
this was not our time to reclaim our galaxy.
sick.
What a time to be awake, to witness this short era of grandeur. This story of this era contains artifacts that are
Great
amongst my
Crusade.
favorites in all of my museum. The warp storms that plagued mankind for over 5,000 years drifted away. The Emperor of Mankind was known as the greatest psyker in history. He united
boy,
the people
bro.
under his rule during the Unification Wars. He made a pact with the cult Mechanicus on Mars. He expanded the human empire while discovering his wayward sons. The blood that was spilled was that of legend. The humans had set to take hold of the galaxy, swallowing everything in their path. Unity was always their strength. Yet, they denied
Yeah.
it at
Darn
every
right.
chance they could.
They denied it.
Darn
Yeah.
right.
The Emperor
Yeah,
was
we
the key to
stubborn.
their survival. He colored his legions and sent his sons to fight his wars.
Oh, so sick.
I witnessed such glorious battles during this period. So much occurred during these times. So much to record, to document, to preserve.
Oh, the Horus
The
Heresy.
artifacts from this
No.
era are amongst some of my
Oh
favorites.
no.
The Primarchs had been found and sent on their various quests for the Emperor. The Great Crusade had come to an end. Humanity had become the dominant life in the universe. Imperial history recording events during these times had been subverted. So much has been altered to appease the masses, to appease the Inquisition and the religious maniacs. What is known as fact is the Emperor's favorite son, Horus, had betrayed the Emperor.
Ah.
He and half
Hey,
of
young
his
boy
brothers
right
rebelled
there.
against the Imperium, and I was there to see it play out. The Battle
Oh,
of
man,
Istvan
that's
III
everywhere.
was where the treachery transpired, with blade and firearm. To see the armored warriors battle, brother against brother, it was as beautiful as it was tragic.
Yeah.
I remember being impressed by the humans. My theory of their hatred of peace was
Oh,
proven once again. How they loved to fight. The eternal war had begun.
it's the adrenaline.
Above Terra,
Yeah.
another civil
my
war
God.
had already begun brewing. The Mechanicum split into two. The Red Robes believe in a being they named the Omnisire. Many believe the Emperor was not the true avatar of the machine god. Many believe that the Emperor is, in fact, the Omnisire made flesh. An epic battle took place above what the humans had once called the Earth. The traitor sons of the Emperor invaded the human homeworld. They had come to kill the Emperor and take control of the Imperium. This was a staggering battle for beings such as humans. The final battle occurred between Horus and the Emperor after millions were killed by their blood brothers. The final blows were landed by the Emperor and his favorite son Horus. A clash that left the Emperor fatally wounded.
It's unfortunate.
It is a shame
know.
what
Yeah,
happened.
very.
The Emperor slew
So
Horus, who,
irritating.
It really
in
is.
fairness, had it coming. Much to my annoyance, those loyal to Horus managed to steal his remains away. How I wished to have Horus's armor in my collection.
That would be a cool collection.
I have spent many centuries
Yeah.
harvesting rumors of the remains of the arch-traitor.
Right, yeah.
The fatally wounded Emperor was interred in the Golden Throne, a technological marvel from humanity's old world. Technology the Mechanicus hardly understood. This was the end of the human reign of superiority. It had come to a glorious finale. The fact that I'm reasonably confident that the Golden Throne is our technology is not important.
Okay, they stole
The
it.
times following the Horus Heresy were boring in comparison. Humans fell back once again into predictability. It was black or white from then on.
We're
The
boring
Loyalists
humans.
gradually reclaimed the Imperium, pushing the traitor forces that aligned with the Chaos Gods back into the warp. The 9 Loyalist Space Marine legions are divided and began their own quest throughout the galaxy. The humans desperately wanted their place at the top. As they struggled, other races grew in strength across the galaxy. The Drukhari had formed back when Slanesh the Depraved was birthed.
Body.
They saw the event as inevitable and accepted their evolutionary destiny. They are a brutal race, arrogant, hedonist, and vile for the sake of nefariousness. There were none in the galaxy who rivaled their cruelty. A slave in the city of Komorra named Vect swore to be the ruler of the Dark City. He was ambitious and founded his own group known as the Cult of the Black Heart.
Oh, cool.
With a
Black
devious
Heart.
plan, he betrayed the leaders of Komorra and had the humans kill his enemies. With the leaders weakened, Vect took power and led the Dark Eldar. What he led them towards is unknown. These beasts created nothing, they offered nothing. They reveled in suffering just as the Catan did. They
Like
are beneath
crazy.
our regard,
Yeah.
but have earned our disgust.
Oh, okay.
The Orcs attempted to claim their position at the top of the evolutionary chain.
All right.
Yeah, the
The
orcs,
ancient
man.
race had swelled in numbers over the millennia. An orc war boss known as the Beast built an impressive
Beast.
army that
Good boy
rampaged
right
the
there.
universe. It was during this time that the Greenskins became a threat to all.
Green
I
skin.
find them to
Yeah.
be similar in some ways to the humans, warring against each other, obsessed with power, obsessed with what both races call loot. Loot.
Loot.
What a crude word. Both believe their technology to be superior to all. Another life form
That's
that
to get the
idolizes the spirit of war, the Astartes, were able to stop the Green Wave, at great costs, however. A new species emerged from the dust of the cosmos. The Flesh Robotics first discovered the Tau on a distant world. The Adeptus Mechanicus ship, Land's Vision, found the primitive species. The blue creatures were simple in nature, having only learned to use simple tools and fire. Simple creatures that were of no threat, but still, their elimination was ordered as they were to be destroyed for the good of the Imperium.
Oh, okay.
Before the planet could be annihilated, it was surrounded by a violent warp storm. The wars soon to take place changed the fate of their world. The Imperium abandoned their plans for colonization and left the species to their fate. I am sure the Imperium uses this story to drive their agendas. The Tau were able to unite under one banner. They claimed to stand for the cause of the greater good, a seemingly effective form of governance. As the centuries passed, the Tau built their empire, diving into different castes. You may encounter them. They will speak of all these castes, bar one, the Ethereals. These ruling beings are conveniently forgotten about in the Tau propaganda. These faceless elites are the true ruling class of the Tau. The Fire caste are the fist used to quell rebellion. The Earth caste show off their medical capabilities to lowly serfs. The Air caste blockade worlds and offer free transports. And of course, the Water caste, those silver-tongued diplomats. They promise so much to anyone with the oral receptors to hear. These upstart fledgling fools must learn to tread carefully. They do not have the ability to confront the Imperium that they berate. Only Father Time will tell whether these masters of masquerade will live or die.
Okay.
Oh.
Another rise in power for the awful orcs. Centuries of crusading had weakened the Imperium. Humanity teetered on the verge of
Orcs have
collapse.
some crazy looking
The orc
weaponry,
invasions
though.
were relentless. Even worse, the more the orcs suffered, the more they grew. Countless star systems fell to the green wave. It is their chaotic nature that holds them back from remaining atop their evolutionary chain. A culture predicated on the desire to be bigger and stronger than the rest can only go so far without true governance. Even with their simplicity, the damage they caused almost destroyed the humans.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was not our time to rise. Our armies were set to awake at a later date. However, our tomb worlds were invaded by the Adeptus Mechanicus on their quest to find the lost standard template constructs. They discovered our tomb worlds. Their curiosity and their degradation of the slumber protocols led to countless members of our race awakening. 65 million years of slumber. It was our
Dang.
time to rule the galaxy once more, to reclaim what we
Wow.
had died for. Our metallic bodies regenerated. Our weaponry was to mortals what the storm was to the stone. More of our tombs were awakened. Our armies began their conquest. The Silent King took back his rightful seat.
Silent
Yes.
King is such a cool name.
It is our
no.
time once again. How the humans
Oh
loved
my gosh.
Dude.
That's so crazy.
I want to learn more about the Necrons now,
I know.
man.
They're really
I
cool.
know. They're really cool. Their story's really cool, and they're so aesthetically cool.
They really
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I want to see more of the dragons they had, like the robotic
The
dragon.
Void Dragon.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Void
The
Dragon.
void.
I loved
oh
it.
my gosh,
Like,
he's
Also
in
known
Mars.
as like the Knowledge Eater.
Yeah.
Dude, the Necrons are some of like the best names. The
Yeah,
Silent
dude.
King, the Knowledge Eater.
That's so cool. Dude, I want to learn more about the Void Dragon, bro. Hopefully, dude, I know this, hopefully it gets awakened.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
that'd be crazy. Especially
Like the Necrons just do it like, oh, okay, we're back. Time
Yeah.
to. Oh.
time to go find our ancient dragon and res him, and then now all hell is gonna be unleashed.
True.
Because didn't the Emperor Aman slew the first one that was on Terra, that was actually awakened?
I think so.
Yeah, so now they're not gonna have the Emperor to do that. So
Oh my
Whoops.
gosh, yes. Okay, we're just speculating.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened, so.
yeah,
Okay,
that happened.
okay.
That's how you know we enjoying it. That's how you know we enjoying it. You know.
Yep.
We almost done. We almost done. That's just yet.
Yay.
Oh, it's the fall of
to hold
Cadia
their
next. Did we
martyrs
saw
up for
that?
all to see.
We did.
No single
This is
world
when
is a greater martyr than
Tyranids
Cadia.
coming.
In truth, I had believed the Terran method of time recording
Dude, they're so
BC
devastating.
stood for before Cadia. They speak of this
I
planet
thought
so
it was
often
before.
during battle. It was a world of much importance to the Imperium, and to be frank, the galaxy. The fall of Cadia is a loss. It was a weapon designed to remove the warp from our reality. Its loss must be lamented. During the 13th Black Crusade, the War Master of Chaos, Abaddon the Despoiler, launched a massive assault against the Loyalists. A unfathomable war broke out, and the planet was eventually destroyed. It was a significant loss for the Imperium, losing such a
we learned about
beautiful
it.
world to their own traitorous kind.
Damn.
One
Dude,
of the
that
greater
image was
threats
crazy.
faced by the
really
mortal
is.
races of the galaxy are the beings we labeled the Great Devourers, the Tyranids.
Oh.
Yeah, there
The
you go.
humans named
There
them
they
the
are.
Tyranids after their attack and consumption of Tyrant Primus.
Oh yeah.
Revolting
planet.
insectoid creatures that swarm world after world, consuming everything that stands in their path. All life is consumed by these creatures, consumed, studied, and improved on. Though they appear as mindless animals, they are sublimely clever beings. They have demonstrable hierarchies. They adapt and evolve in the moment to conquer any situation. Little is known of their history. There are no records of them before the Great Sleep. They appeared from the deepest reaches of space. The humans first discovered the creatures in the eastern fringes. Rumor has been said that they were first seen by the Inquisition as far back as the 35th millennium. Speculation and rumors, of course, but I still enjoy this discord. It is said that they have begun to surround our galaxy, ready to unleash their own conquest, after being drawn by the Emperor's light within the void. I cannot say if this is true or not. Others believe they are being pushed back, chased into our regions of space. All of this poses a great question. Are these beasts coming to this galaxy after having consumed everything they could in their own? Or, and this is not the ideal case, are they running from something greater?
Right.
That would be crazy.
If they continue their
That'd be
rumour
interesting.
interruption of the drama that is the galaxy's unfolding history, I may have to add a new section to the gallery. Perhaps I will name it A Brief History of the Tyranid Species.
Tyranids are crazy.
They really
the way
are.
they infiltrate a society is...
The universe is at unrest. The rapidly growing threats to the galaxies have increased as the weak find power. All of us are grasping for our rightful place on the throne of the universe. All empires rise and fall. It is the destiny of all life to fade away. Life is a struggle for all who have fought to survive. Even the smallest of life forms face this turmoil. The weak become dust in the infinite darkness, never to be remembered. To rank which species stand at the top would be irrelevant in the current turmoil. They all cling to their spot, each battle and war gaining favor, or falling to the side to rise again. The great empires of the past have all earned their place in my halls. They each have a place in the history of the galaxy.
Yeah.
The future of the universe will continue. Others will try to gain their spot, as did all the great empires of the past. It is a pitiful attempt. All life will wither and die. There is only one race that will succeed them all.
The Necrons.
We are immortal. We have learned from our mistake. We will rule our galaxy once again. But humanity, in its rapidly breeding expansion, has offered us what we never thought possible. A means to return to the flesh times.
Oh.
We are the infinite.
The narrator is a Necron.
Dude.
Loved it.
This was so cool.
This was
so good.
This was amazing.
This was everything I need. I didn't know I needed this.
Exactly. Oh man, this was such a good.
So
video.
I guess the present is still like we caught up in the timeline.
I guess we technically we're caught up. We're at the point now. If we go to something else, we should know like a connection to the main storyline. Now.
Yeah.
Like we should know exactly what's going on.
Semi knows that.
One, yeah. The plot.
Yeah.
We know the plot.
Yeah, we know most of the plot now. At the beginning, up to or after the horror.
I honestly say we know a gist of a lot of the plot.
The fact that this is just a gist is crazy.
I know, right, dude?
Right.
I love the storytelling of this, like from the very beginning all the way to.
I mean, Warrior Tier, dude.
Yeah, Warrior Tier.
He makes the best freaking videos.
He makes some darn good ones, I'll say.
You know what I'm missing?
What?
I was missing some popcorn.
Actually, true.
Yeah.
This is actually good, like straight up like movie feeling. You know?
That was so movie feeling.
Yeah, like,
I would have paid for a ticket, bro, for part 2.
It just captivated you, just like instantly. Like as soon as like the background music kicked on and like the pictures started going on.
The storytelling was phenomenal.
It was really
It
good.
was so good.
Let's just
We
sit
learned
on
a
the
lot.
couch.
I actually learned a lot this episode, this video.
Yeah.
We learned that the warp
Oh yeah.
was created first. None of the chaos gods were even a thing.
Yeah.
That
was so wild to
Yeah,
me.
the Catans and
Yeah.
the old ones were the original race,
Gods,
god
I guess.
race. I mean, they're they're born, and then Necrons were like the true first like species
Yeah.
that got betrayed by the. Well, they had war against the old ones, and then the Catan betrayed them to kill the old
Yep.
ones, and then
Well-
we killed. Well, no, then they imprisoned the Catan.
True, but they did get the
But
short end
Zeke-
of the stick.
But Zeke.
But Zeke,
Zeke.
We needed to learn more about him. We don't know anything
I don't know
about him.
we don't know much about the god. We know more about Nurgle than any.
We know about Nurgle because there's a lot of Nurgle believers in the chat that tells us,
I am
Oh, yeah,
too, bro.
Nurgle's cool.
He loves all, bro.
yeah,
Nurgle loves you.
He does.
he does.
Papa Nurgle loves you.
Exactly, exactly. The Papa Nurgle enjoyers give us most of our information.
Yeah.
Nurgle is
But we
wild, bro.
need.
Yeah,
I don't think we even know that much about Corn.
I mean, we
honestly.
know
We
Corn.
don't.
Corn's just a war lover,
We
right?
know what he
for now.
stands by.
Yeah.
We know what he likes. We know what he fights for. Maybe, but like
Maybe.
we don't know much about the background of origins
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that they spawned because of humanity. You know,
Yeah.
like Zeke came from the.
Zeke, all right,
From...
all right.
Sorry, you said it so much, man. I just said
Bro,
Zeke.
no, you said it originally.
No, I didn't say it originally. Zeus said it originally.
Okay.
No,
Zeke-
it was
Zeke.
Zeke. It was Zeke.
Anywho, I just thought they came from our Corn came from the constant war, and Nurgle came from the plagues that happened on original Earth.
Yes.
Oh man, this is oh man, I learned so much in this one.
I know, me too.
I was so hyped that we learned, and then now we got.
I sure hope.
Go ahead.
I sure hope they make more like story. I hope they're not done, because I imagine like
Yeah.
where we're at now, like the current present after the whole like Tyranids and whatnot, like the discovery or them. Like I hope that wasn't it, because it's been. I'm surely that's like what was written a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
very old.
this video was made 9 months ago.
Yeah, but like there's videos that I know that are like 6-7 years ago that like tell of the Tyranids.
Yeah.
So
there's
it's-
definitely.
I wonder if it's just like over,
No.
or all of it was like no, maybe I don't know.
I would.
That was the timeline.
That is the timeline, but there is so much in between each of these like the Rise of the Tau Empire. There's probably like 25 different books on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just looked up today the Siege of Terror. There's 8 books of Siege of
about
Terror.
the Void Dragon.
The Void Dragon, yeah. There's just like everything like the Horus Heresy. There are so much smaller events that happened during the Horus
Yeah,
Heresy
definitely. You are correct
that
about that.
we still need to like learn about or probably just read because because like there's so many mini events in each of these chapters that was in this timeline that we'll probably be on it for a long time just learning
Hopefully.
everything.
A very long
Hopefully.
time.
And by the time that happens, I'm pretty sure more major events would
Hopefully,
happen.
bro.
in the-
41K will
Yeah.
come out, bro.
41K,
50K, bro. Jesus.
42,
the
43.
rise of the Necrons is the 41K.
Oh, man, I'm
Oh,
so stoked
wow.
for that.
That's
I'm
gonna be
so
crazy.
stoked for that.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, so everybody, thank you guys for making it this far in the video. As you can
Thank
tell,
you so much.
we really enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out Warrior Tier if you already have. I'm pretty sure you already subscribed to him. Yeah, if you guys like, comment, and sub, you guys are the MVPs. We've been, and if you have any recommendations, be it more Warhammer, any books, because we really are making a list of books for us to read one of these days.
Yes.
you know, SCP, Internet Historian, any type of video really, any game lore, feel free to drop it in our comment section below. We'll eventually get to it. So we've been the Cranky Films channel, and remember, stay cranky.